What if birds are secretly judging you every time you step outside? It sounds strange at first, but scientists discovered that birds do not see humans as random moving objects. The moment you walk out your front door, birds immediately begin studying you. Your movement, your voice, your speed, even the way you look around. And what they decide about you in those first few seconds may completely change how they behave around you afterward. Before we go deeper, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments if birds ever act differently around you compared to other people. Because what researchers discovered about the way birds think about humans is honestly hard to believe. Most people assume birds are simple creatures only searching for food and safety. But birds are constantly making decisions every second they are alive. The moment you walk outside, nearby birds instantly begin asking silent survival questions. Is this human dangerous, calm, predictable, distracted, safe to stay near, or someone to avoid completely? And the strange part is how quickly they decide. Researchers studying crows discovered these birds can recognize human faces with shocking accuracy. Not just for a few days, for years. In one experiment, scientists wore special masks while gently trapping birds for research. Long after the experiment ended, the birds still reacted with fear whenever those same faces appeared again. Even more disturbing, nearby crows that had never seen the humans before also became cautious, almost as if the birds had warned each other somehow. Think about that for a second. Birds may remember you long after you forget them. And crows are not the only birds doing this. Researchers now believe many birds quietly study human behavior every day. Pigeons remember routines in busy cities. Ravens solve problems by watching human actions carefully. Some backyard birds even learn which houses belong to people who regularly feed them and which homes feel dangerous. But this is where things become truly strange. Birds do not only react to what humans do, they also react to how humans feel. Scientists noticed birds behave differently around nervous people compared to calm people. Fast movement, loud voices, anger, or stress often make birds pull away immediately. But quiet movement and relaxed behavior make many birds stay nearby longer. Some researchers believe birds constantly read body language to survive around predators, meaning they may notice emotional tension before humans even realize they are showing it. And maybe that explains something many people experience without understanding. Have you ever walked outside feeling emotionally exhausted, only to suddenly notice birds watching you unusually closely? A bird sitting quietly nearby, another following from tree to tree, a crow staring from a rooftop longer than normal. Most people ignore moments like these, but across the world, people describe the exact same strange feeling. That sometimes birds seem to know something about them before anyone else does. Ancient cultures believed this for centuries. In old traditions, birds were often seen as silent observers connected to hidden knowledge. Some believed birds appeared around people carrying emotional weight or standing near important changes in life. And while science does not call birds magical, scientists do admit one fascinating truth. Birds are watching humans far more carefully than humans are watching them. And one bird behavior discovered recently made researchers deeply uncomfortable after they finally understood what it meant. Researchers became especially interested in one strange pattern. Birds often react to humans before the humans even notice the birds are there. A person steps outside feeling stressed or distracted, and nearby birds instantly go silent. Other times, the opposite happens. Birds remain calm, continue singing, or even move closer without fear. Scientists started asking a strange question. Are birds only reacting to movement, or are they reacting to emotional signals too? To test this idea, some researchers began carefully watching how birds behaved around different types of people. The results were surprising. Birds avoided people who moved suddenly or acted aggressively, which was expected. But they also reacted differently to people who looked anxious, sad, or emotionally tense, even when those people stayed physically calm. This may sound impossible, but birds survive by reading danger quickly. In the wild, one wrong decision means death. That is why many birds constantly study tiny details humans ignore completely. Eye direction, walking speed, hand movement, breathing rhythm. tone of voice. To a bird, these small signals may reveal far more than people realize. And once birds learn your patterns, they begin predicting your behavior. Some city birds already know which humans drop food accidentally. Others recognize dog walkers, joggers, or people who regularly sit quietly outdoors. But a few bird experts noticed something far stranger. Certain birds seemed unusually interested in specific people without any clear reason at all. A wildlife photographer once described a hawk that appeared every morning near the trail where he walked alone before sunrise. At first he thought it was random, but after several weeks, he noticed the bird would only appear on mornings when he took that exact path. The hawk never came close to other walkers nearby. Only him. Maybe the bird simply learned his routine. But moments like this create a strange feeling many people cannot explain. The feeling that birds are not only observing humans, but slowly learning who they are. Old cultures believed birds carried lessons because they watched life from above while humans stayed trapped inside daily noise and distraction. In some traditions, birds symbolized awareness and attention. A reminder to stop rushing through life and notice what was happening emotionally beneath the surface. And maybe there is something interesting about that idea, because many people only begin noticing birds during important moments in life. During loneliness, during heartbreak, during periods when they feel lost or disconnected from everything around them. And what scientists discovered next about bird memory made this mystery even harder to ignore. What surprised scientists most was not that birds remember humans. It was how long they remember them for. Some birds can recognize a human face years after seeing it only a few times. And once a bird decides what kind of person you are, that information may stay with it far longer than you think. In one study, researchers discovered that crows not only remembered specific humans, they warned other crows about them too. Birds that had never met the person before still reacted carefully after hearing alarm calls from nearby crows. Imagine how strange that really is. A bird may already know something about you before you even notice it watching from above. But not every reaction is negative. Birds also remember kindness. People who regularly feed birds or spend peaceful time outdoors often notice birds becoming less fearful over time. Some birds even begin waiting nearby before the person arrives. Small backyard birds learn feeding schedules. Crows leave gifts for humans they trust. Ravens return to places where they once felt safe. And this creates a strange possibility. When birds react calmly around certain people, maybe they are not randomly staying nearby. Maybe they already decided that person belongs in their world. A man from Norway once shared a strange experience after recovering from a long illness. During his daily walks, the same white bird appeared almost every morning near the lake path behind his home. It never came close enough to touch, but it stayed nearby quietly until he finished walking. Months later, after his health improved and his routine changed, the bird suddenly stopped appearing completely. Maybe it was coincidence. Maybe it was only a bird following familiar movement. But experiences like this leave people thinking about birds differently. Because once you realize birds are constantly studying humans, watching routines, learning behavior, and remembering emotional patterns, it becomes impossible to see them as simple creatures anymore. And there is one final thing many bird experts quietly admit. Sometimes birds seem to understand far more about humans than humans understand about themselves. Maybe that is the real reason bird encounters feel so strange sometimes. Deep down, people sense they are being observed by something far more intelligent and aware than they once believed. Not in a dangerous way, in a quiet way. A bird sitting nearby, watching silently from a branch or rooftop, may be doing far more than simply resting. It may already recognize you, your routine, your mood, your energy. And once you understand how closely birds study humans, small moments begin feeling different. A crow staring from a fence. A robin waiting outside every morning. Birds suddenly going silent the second you step outside. These moments no longer feel random. Science explains much of this through survival and memory. Birds constantly collect information because their lives depend on it. But even scientists admit birds continue surprising researchers year after year. The more humans study them, the more complex they appear. And maybe that is why birds have fascinated humans for thousands of years. Because they move between worlds humans cannot fully experience. Sky and earth, silence and sound, distance and closeness. They see life from above while quietly studying the behavior of everything below them. So the next time you walk outside and notice a bird watching you, pause for a second before ignoring it. Because somewhere in that small creature's mind, a decision is already being made about who you are. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more mysterious bird stories and hidden animal behaviors. And tell me in the comments, do you think birds understand humans more than humans understand birds?